It's crazy, the table's wet. Sono Piso back once again with another video. Today we're gonna talk about, what are we gonna talk about? Today we're gonna talk about what the idea of the semen retention practice really is. What does it really mean to have that relapse and then recovery, to have low energy when you're on the beginning of this practice, talking about like the first day, second day, even the first week. Let's get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's just talk about this. So I'm positing this. The problem with semen retention is not the relapse itself so much as the days succeeding the relapse and accumulating that energy again, cultivating that force again. The thing is that I say this a lot of times on the channel, the reproductive system in the body, in the male body especially, is the most prioritized system above all other systems. The nervous system plays second fiddle. The respiratory system plays second fiddle. The circulatory system is not prioritized. What that means is when you release your seed, when you release your energy, right? The accumulation of it, the reaccumulation of that force is prioritized over all other processes in the body. That means that when you have not relapsed and you are, you have your energy within, and then you're trying to metabolize the nutrients in food that you've digested. In this scenario, all of the energy of the body is going to go towards the metabolization of that food. The problem with post-relapse is that metabolization of the food is not going to have as much efficacy as it did before you relapse, which means that the drawing of the nutrients from the digested food is not going to be as potent as if you were on the practice of semen retention and completely retained. The problem so much, right, the weakness that comes about, the debilitation that you feel in your body when you relapse is not due to that lack of energy. It is due to the reaccumulation. The body, because it follows its primordial directive, the biological imperative, perpetually, at least until you fade from this planet, is to reproduce, is to spread your seed. When there is no seed, the body is going into overdrive and working overtime to accumulate that seed again. The issue is that during that time that it is reaccumulating energy, your seed, all of the systems of your body is not going to be performing optimally. That means your brain, the nervous system, the communication between nerve cells, right, synapses, are not going to be as strong because that energy that would otherwise be used for that process is being distributed to accumulate your seed, your semen. The circulatory system, of course, when the red blood cells are getting, transferring throughout your body, going through your heart, all that kind of stuff, all throughout the body, that force that drives that, right, that drives that process, a lot of that is going to be going towards the reaccumulation of your seed. All of the energy for all of the various systems of the body, when you have relapsed, are now going towards the strengthening and the reinforcement of the reproductive system's objective, which is to accumulate semen so you're ready to fulfill the body's primordial directive. That is all it is. All that weakness that you guys feel is due to that. There are things that happen in the future. There are a lot of people that are in their 30s, like me, right, that are old way before their time. Their knees are horrible. They have back pains. Their necks hurt, right? They have like these joint issues. When you're a young, 30s are still young. Doesn't matter what the world tells you or what some sort of 20-year-old tells you about what they feel about being in your 30s. They don't know, one. And two, when you're in your 30s, you are still young. The fact that in men nowadays, that there's a prevalence of issues, joint issues, the aforementioned issues, the fact that there's a problem, right? That's a thing. It's a very, very negative foreboding for the direction of the general health of the males in our society. Of course, there is no mistake, right? There is no coincidence that there is a prevalence of the viewing of adult film content and indulgences of every sort of kind, even to the degeneracy point, and the general physical weakness and mental weakness in males nowadays. The two are correlated. Men that are, feeling depressed, not staying in school, not completing college, not even getting into college, not even being able to keep a job, having very, very sporadic, erratic, volatile mental health. I'm gonna tell you today, I was supposed to have an interview with one of my friends, and this guy went haywire when I was trying to explain to him that we are not allowed to be complaining as men or just human beings that live in a first world society, especially like a society here like New York City. I'm not gonna say I've been around suffering, but I've definitely been around communities and cultures where the people there have less to go around and less to eat with. And we are not, especially being in a culture like this where we have access to running water, we have access to medication to solve illnesses or diseases of some sorts. We can network with a whole multitude of people. We should not be complaining about employment. Granted, there might be a situation where, maybe there is some sort of clandestine secret society that's sort of hunting after you and not sort of permitting you to be able to work. Perhaps that is the case. That is not a prevalent case, but even in my situation right now, where I used to think that was the case, I have work. I am working, and even so, I have other ways of getting capital, financial capital. My point is this: we have a lot of opportunity in this day and age. We have a lot of benefits in this society, and we're not even supposed to be close to complaining or crying. That guy that I was having this conversation with, by the way, it was a one-sided conversation where he was just shouting at me in such a he was so aggressive and angry to the point, I was calm, I was stoic because I wanted to hear his point. At the end of the day, he's an individual of this world, and that has suffered like I have also suffered. So I wanted to hear him out, but he was too unhinged to the point we left the supermarket, and then there was a woman that was trying to enter, I guess, in the exit door. They accidentally bumped into each other. She apologized. She was apologetic for what happened. She had remorse. This dude was screaming in her face, like going up to this woman and shouting in I had to pull him away. I was like, what is the matter with you? A complete herald or just a prime example of the volatile mental health situation and crisis that us men are having in this day and age due to the consistent release of our most prized asset, our semen, our seed. What's going on, man? How are you? It's insane. What I'm here to tell you, we're going to continue because we got a little bit off tangent. I just wanted to sort of reel it in. We as individuals need to understand that there is a huge debilitation that comes about with splurging, with releasing, with relapsing. And that debilitation comes about from the body taking nutrients from all around the body in order to supply the vessel with the reproductive fluid to fulfill the primordial directive. You get older in this life, especially as a male, and your systems get weaker, right? Because the potency of the systems get weaker with time because you're losing energy, you're losing life force day by day by day. As that happens, the more you release, the more energy, like vital energy, is going to acquire in order to produce that, the reproductive fluid, the semen. We need to understand that the less relapses that we have, the less releases, the better. We get to maintain the light of our eyes. Our brain power is maintained. The stability of mind along with it, right? So we don't fall into the same sort of situations as I had earlier today with that guy. The joints in between, the small cartilage in between our joints, right? That's still going to be vital. Granted, I am 33. It's fine. The thing is that you can keep this fluidity, you can keep this mobility up until your old age if you completely understand about how the systems of the body work. You retain your life force, you stop relapsing, stop having sex, stop masturbating. And if you can't stop having sex, stop masturbating. That is the problem. The more you do that, the more weak you become because the body needs to complete its biological objective, imperative, which is to reproduce. And in order to reproduce, it must have the gasoline. It has to have the juice. It's going to keep producing. It's going to take from your body. Your skin, remember, is the biggest organ in your body. That energy is going to be drawn from your skin, and you're going to become dry and brittle. You're going to need, your lips are going to be chapped because it's taking from all of the organs, all of the systems in the body. Your respiratory system, because that suffers, because energy that would otherwise be used to propel the processes of the respiratory system optimally, it is going towards creating more semen. That means that the filtering of the outside issues, right, the outside problems, outside bacteria, that's going to infect you a bit more. You're going to be much more, not malleable, but much more affected by these things. Illnesses will come about. You will become dry, you'll become brittle, you'll become weak. Our world, of course, the modern world, of course, the first world societies, that's the only problem I see being here, because we are so coddled. We have so many comforts at our fingertips. You can get delivery food. We can look at adult film material. We could drink alcohol at any time of the night, anytime, anywhere. And we become weak. We don't understand what it means to have a small sense of aggression, a small sense of a fight in you. Anger transmuted into that breaking power to get things done in this world, to stay healthy. Gentlemen, I'm gonna leave you with this. I could talk about this forever. What you need to do is this. Young men, stay celibate, stop masturbating, stop looking at adult film content. That is the issue. When you keep doing that, of course, being a young person, you are getting old before your time. Your skin is going to become dry. You are going to lose the efficacy of your body heat. The potency of the systems of your body are going to wane and wither. Gentlemen, stay on semen retention. If you're not on semen retention, get on semen retention now. Leave the modern things of this world, indulgences, sex, leave that alone, especially. Your health really depends on it. I'm telling you this because I've experienced it when I was your age, and I know what being weak physically feels like. It is not fun. It is not healthy. I am speaking to you now. 10 months celibate, no release of any kind. Of course, we feel anger, we feel a little bit of lust, but it's transmuted. We do away with these feelings and we channel it into something greater, channel it into something creative. We channel it into helping, being benevolent, being controlled, fighting our way to that perpetual state of satiety, right? Satiety? I don't know how to say that. Being satisfied. The idea is chase your health. That is the most important thing that a man can do in this world. We are surrounded by degeneracy. We understand that. That is a fact. There is nothing that can be done currently at this state except maintaining your health. Be celibate, be healthy, leave degeneracy alone, and you will find light. And with that being said, that's all I have to say today. If you guys enjoyed that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. Of course, as I always say, make sure your friends understand this. There is no doubt that, like, you know, we have Jackie Chan, right? We have a lot of older men, right? That Tom Cruise, this guy is in his 50s, still shooting for Mission Impossible. He's jumping off stairs. He has no stunt act. He has no, stunt doubles, right? It's just him. It's because he's maintained his health. You can call him a Scientology nut, but the dude is maintaining his health. He is being celibate. This dude is being smart. He's maintaining his energy. We can be that way too. We are so young. We have the information at our fingertips. Follow the examples of these men. Seriously, don't listen to, well, Henry Cavill. I don't know what he's doing with his life. He's definitely touched up upon some problem with modernity. Listen to that aspect. Don't listen to these silly men that are telling you to keep sleeping around, drinking alcohol, and doing drugs that will destroy the body before it's time. Look at Tom Cruise. Scientology is a little crazy, but this dude is healthy as hell. He will destroy you in a fight. He'll destroy me. Let's not get on a tangent, folks. Stay the course. Stay on semen retention. Don't ever let this place get you down. Don't ever let this place tell you that you need. Don't buy what this place is telling you about alcohol, all the aforementioned stuff. Study, be celibate, be smart, and be controlled, and be creative, and stay radiant. I shall see you guys in the next video. Woo!